Asina mala una luto. Amawa mi ulikele. Baba wa mi ulipoye. Ebatu mama mi ulikele. Asina mala gasebenze.
Yeah, what's new now was good, and then guys, that's it. As you might have seen, guys, today's Friday morning, the protesting has been going on, guys. So the protesting has not lost momentum, even though a lot of people, like there were lesser people, but guys, the protesting is still going on. So vets have been shut down completely. There are no classes. Nobody's allowed in libraries. They've chased us out of libraries. Right now, I'm just in a class, this tutorial room, just to do this video quick, and then I'm out. Stores are being closed. Roads are being shut down. Roads are being just closed for temporary. The roads are just for temporary. Now, guys, the Vet University has sent an email to clarify things. Now, the email says, Vet says the request rate, which means this email, guys, Vet is setting the request rate. And Vet want to address the misinformation some of the protesters are giving to students. Because it looks like there have been misinformation in which, guys, it is leaked. Now, guys, let's read it. So, guys, we start with the demands of the SRC. The demand says vets must do more to assist students with funding. So, vets must do more to assist students with funding. Now, this is the response from the university. Vets has committed 150 million rands for bursaries and scholarship this year. Last year, Vets administered 1.6 billion rands in financial aid, scholarships, and bursaries, which helped over 26,000 students. That is what the university is saying right now. So, which means for this year, it has committed 150,000 rands for bursaries and scholarship. Okay. Also substantiating their statement for last year that they've administered 1.6 billion rands to help over 26,000, which is a lot of number. Let's get into the second demand by the SRC. Vet must add 30 million more to the hardship fund. This is the response. 28 million rand has been committed through the Vet hardship fund to assist qualifying students to register and to secure emergency accommodation. To date, 503 students have been assisted. Okay. Vet has also matched the 6 million rands raised by the SRC rand to rand, which is equals to 12 million rand. In total, there's 40 million rands available to assist students in need, of which 36 million rand has already been allocated. So which means 503 students have been assisted. They've already gotten their accommodation, and also the 6 million rand raised by the SRC rand to rand, which is equals to 12 million rand. So which means we must count how many students are left with accommodation, because remember, if you're not registered, it's not easy to get accommodation. And they said at the SRC that I think it's over 4,000 students who have not been registered. Is it exactly or over 4,000? So let's get into the third demand. Vets must register all students who owe 150,000 and below. Response. This is a response from Vets. Vets cannot agree to this request as amounts of hundreds of millions of rands, which will make the university unsustainable. That is a response from Vets. Let's get into the fourth demand. Vets must register all 6,000 students on SRC list. That's the demand by SRC. Response. There are about 200 students who qualify academically in 2023 and who owe funds to the university. Some of the protesters who want to register have failed multiple times and have lost their funding, and now they are demanding to return. In one case, a student has been in the system for 8 years and is only his second year of study. That is how, guys, I said in the previous video, in the first video, that here is about the survivor. VET is committed to welcoming as many academically deserving students as possible. We cannot enroll students who have performed dismally simple because they feel they must be admitted. If they are not passing, they are taking their place of other academically deserving students. This is the fifth demand. VET must cover the shortfall created by the 45,000 NSFAS annual cap on accommodation. This is their response. VET can't change NSFAS policies, but accredited private accommodation services providers have agreed to accommodate students within their 45,000 rand cap. VET has challenged NSFAS on this cap and will continue to address this matter with NSFAS. Let's get into the sixth demand. VET must secure 150 more emergency beds for students sleeping in libraries. This is their response. This is the VET response. VET secured 250 beds plus 150 additional beds to assist students in need, particularly 40 vulnerable students who had no place to stay. This is their response to securing accommodation for learners, especially those who are sleeping in libraries. 7. Demand. VET must leave the 10,000 upfront payment to access VET residents. So to get VET residents, you must pay 10,000 upfront. That is where you're gonna get VET residents. As I said, there's VET residents and there's outside residents, in which it's owned by private sectors, in which that was number 6. So the response, the university already has an option for students to defer the first fee payment. So which means you can defer the first fee payment, in which you can delay it. That's what this response is saying. The 8th one. VET has not made any other concessions to help students. This is the response from the university. A number of other concessions have been made, including allowing students who owe 10,000 or less to register. That's their first response, that they have not made any concessions to help students. Their second point, allowing students whose total household income is below 600,000 to apply for registration assistance by paying 50% of outstanding debt due and by arranging to pay balance of the debt during the course of the academic year. That is their second point. Their third point is allowing students who owe 15,000 or less to graduate. That is their response. This is the last statement from VET. The claim is from the SRC is VET is suspending students who protest. Now this is their response for the last statement. VET will never prevent peaceful protest, in which, guys, it's our right to protest. However, when students break the university rules, damage property, and infringe on the rights of those who want to learn and work, the university has no choice but to act against these students. Several students have been suspended to date. That is why, guys, when you go to protest, wear a mask. I can say this is the response from the team, from the VET University. So, I don't know. I guess I make part 4 of this. So I guess I'll catch you guys in the next video. See you.
Let's move to the Matrix. Let's move to the Matrix.
Move!